Hi everyone, Julie here. I'm going to do a little bit more of a deep dive into some of the features that are available in the latest Lightroom Classic software update. So we're talking about version 12.3. So I've already covered off some of the basic stuff that has been popped in, but I just wanted to do a little bit more of a deep dive on the masks. But before I get into that, just a few things you may or may not have known. There's now, anytime you've actually activated any of these panels, there'll be a little bit of a dot under it so you know where you've been and where you haven't been. Likewise, with the eyeballs now, they will light up if you have done anything, so they will be turned off until you have done something, and then they will automatically come on. So it's kind of handy to know where you've been and where you haven't been. Now with the masks, jumping into here, there's a couple of things that have changed. You've still got your subject sky background, you've got your object selection and various other gradients you can use, and people, and you can use this for more than one person. Generally I only have one person in my shot because of the way that I shoot, but you can go and select either all the people in the shot or by person. You can select the entire person, so that is everything in the shot as you see here in the mask, or you can go through and you can select different areas. So you can do just the facial skin, the body skin, the eyebrows, the sclera, the iris and pupil, lips, etc, etc. Clothes is new, so that's super handy. You can also select all of these and click create 9 separate masks, so you will have a separate mask for everything here, and you just click create mask and it will come up with all your masks. However, it does not name them here, but there is a way that you can do that, and I'll show you that in a second. So you can come through and you can select different areas that you want to play with, and then you can adjust from there. Having the clothes, and you can of course, don't forget, you can double click and then you can rename those, although that's not clothes, so you've got to make sure you've got the right, see that's face. And that's body skin. See, it's labeled there as body skin. This one is now labeled as eyebrows. So you can see if you click on the mask, it does come down. But if I just go to clothes, which is this one here, and I can now come in and I can edit the clothes completely separately from the rest of the body. It has also picked up the jewelry. You may or may not want that, so if you do want to subtract that, you could just go in with the brush and you can then subtract that when it comes up. So with just the brush set on subtract, I can then just come along and I can take the mask off what I want. I'm just going to put the flow up a bit just to make it a bit quicker, because otherwise we'll be here all day. Obviously if you were doing this yourself, you would probably want to be a little more precise, but you get the idea, and I'll take it off the little shadow of the bird as well. So what I can then do, if I come back into and just click on my mask, so I can come through and I can play with, perhaps I want the contrast to pop a little more, or I want the clothes to be a little bit brighter. I can play around with the temp and tint. I can play around with the saturation and do things like that. So you can do that independently from the rest of the body. Now, if I jump over to one of the other images, I'm just going to go over to here. So I can actually come in if I didn't want to use those masks. And if you come down to the adaptive portraits, which down here somewhere. Okay, so I've got these. Now what these are really good at, and there's a couple of new ones, so polished, enhanced eyes, enhanced teeth, darken beard, texture hair, smooth hair, enhanced clothes. These are all really cool, and what they do is when you click on it, so it's a one-step preset, it will then give you all of the masks here. Now this one's got a warning on it because there's no teeth selected, so we can just come through and we can delete that one. Everything else is already there for you and already named. Now if you click on them, they have also already done some things. So you can go through and see what's been done and what hasn't. So it has adjusted the highlights, the contrast, the shadows. It has also played with the texture and clarity, so it's done a little bit of skin softening. Something new in the masks, there's now a curve tool that you can play with in the masks itself. So you can come around and you can pop in an S curve and things like that to the mask. So obviously that wasn't a great example, but I was just showing you what you can do. So of course you can add and subtract to the masks, but these are really good. The other thing that you can do is, because they are a preset, you can actually come in, when I get out of that, so you can actually drop the strength of that preset down if you wish to as well. So you can play around with lots of things in there. So you can enhance the clothes, the hair, and things like that separately to the rest of the image. So the masks are really cool. They really are adapting them, bringing the curve tone into it has added to it as well. And of course, once you're done, so you can turn those on and off, or you can just hit close and that will take you back, and you know that there's a mask on there because it's got that little dot below. So have loads of fun using the adaptive masks, and don't forget, there's not just portraits, there is the adaptive sky, there's also the adaptive subject, which can be loads of fun to play with as well. So that's it from me for this little mini deep dive just into the masks. So if you click on your masking, you have everything that you've got selected here. You've got the curves that you can now add to it, play around. You have got the adaptive masks that you can add to your portraits, to your skies, etc. Loads of fun, lots of terrific things happening in Lightroom. So that's it from me. I will see you next time. Bye for now.